What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Woman tells her husband that she would never recover from him cheating on her. What do you guys think of this video? Let's get it.
I would never recover from that.
Yeah.
If you were to cheat on me, I would literally never recover because you're always like, you're so perfect. You're so beautiful. I love you so much. You're the most important thing that's ever happened to me. All unsolicited. I'm not like, am I the most important thing? And you're like, yeah, here's a list. You say these things to me randomly. You'll come up and you'll kiss me on the forehead, or you're like, put your hand on my chest and be like, I love you more than anything. And I'm like, damn. So if you were to cheat on me, I would literally never be able to recover or probably even love somebody else in that way, because I would never be able to trust somebody again.
Yeah.
That I would never be able to be that level of vulnerable ever again.
Okay, so very interesting topic. I think that's worth discussing. Open conversation. Comment down below. You may disagree with this. You may agree with this. But I think convincing yourself that you can never recover, and by the way, recover doesn't have to mean you forgive the cheating and keep the relationship moving forward. But saying what she said, like I would be broken forever, and there'll be no way for me to figure out how I could be with anybody else again. I think saying that, while she may be honest, can be really dangerous. Believing that, let me be specific here, can be really dangerous, because you're essentially giving somebody a lot of power there and not leaving enough room for human error. You've decided that if this person was to step out of the marriage or relationship, you basically fall apart and lose your mind. To men, I'm shifting this over to men. I don't encourage any man to put yourself in a position where you believe a woman is so perfect, because you can't function thinking, oh, one day she's going to cheat, right? You're obviously looking at this chick saying, I believe it would never happen. If it does, I don't know what I would do. I would lose it. And this is where I'm reminded what my father told me, you know, a sort of African proverb I repeated a bunch of times in the past. My father always used to say, never love a woman too much. And for a while, I talked about how I never understood what that meant. But basically, he was just saying, never be so heads over heels over any woman that if she disappoints you, you just crumble and your whole world breaks down. Yes, it will be difficult, but I think it's unhealthy for you to be there, especially as a man, because men are highly motivated and reactive, and usually things can get very badly if they lose control. And to a lot of women also, I wouldn't encourage any woman to be in a place where that idea, like the idea of that happening, just like is the end of the world. Let's check out some of these comments. What do you think? Comment down below. First comment here says, you will recover because your worth doesn't come from anyone but God. It may take longer to find that person, but love is much stronger than that. So some encouragement there. Here's somebody else who says, had to walk away. I could never trust him again. Well, trust in the person again is different from you saying, I just would never recover. It would be the end of my world as far as, you know, trusting anybody's concerned. Here's somebody else who says, I understand what you're saying, but if he does cheat, those things about you being beautiful and perfect are still true. The heart emoji. Cheating has nothing to do with you. Here's the other thing, man. And this is going to piss a lot of people off, you know, but a lot of guys mess up by complimenting their woman too much. Man, you can never compliment your woman too much. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Telling her that she's too good for you to cheat on her. Oh, she's perfect and you would never make that mistake. People overestimate way too many times, man. People overestimate their ability to know themselves. They overestimate the possibility of them changing. This is life we're talking about here. Things happen. I'm not saying don't ever compliment your woman, but you don't want to set expectations that are so unrealistic that now when you do fall short, and there is a chance you can fall short in this life, that the woman's looking at you and said, how dare you? You promised all these things, blah, blah, blah. Now, to the people who heard never compliment your woman in the context of relationship and wife, you're crazy. That's not what I'm talking about. All right, this isn't a chick who you're randomly dating and where you have to control your expression for her to that extent. Another comment who says it changes you, and anyone who says it doesn't isn't being honest with themselves. Yes, it does change you. It changes how you see things. Another comment here says, don't tell him that. With the crying emoji, somebody else responded back and says, how come? And another woman here says, a lot of men will hear that and then go do it. What do you guys think of that? I don't know about that, but maybe comment down below. Because she'll be too broken to leave or to move on. Not saying he will. He seems like a good dude. Another comment here says, you can absolutely recover and come out so much better. That's the, especially to men out here, man. Like you definitely want to be in the mindset that the woman, and of course, if you're living in reality, you want to take that bitter sip. You want to take that bitter sip of reality and say, she might cheat. She's not perfect. But you know what? I'm still going to do my best to trust her and leave room for human error so that my mental is fine. The guy who thinks it can never happen, the day it does happen, he snaps, right? He's on a true crime documentary on Netflix. Another comment here says, I would never tell him that. Here's another I'm assuming that's for the same reason the other chick said not to tell him that. Another woman here says, no, for real, the trust is shot. I can never understand how people continue relationships after. I mean, this respectfully, they're better than me. Guys, listen, as always, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.